Hello, the doc is in, and welcome back. I posted a video a little bit ago, but today's a busy day because apparently there's two big things chapter related going on for the channel, and right now we are going chapter 247 of Tokyo Revengers. Coming off the last chapter, basically the important bits come down to Kakucho is back up and running, and he is back for round 2 with Takemichi. And Takemichi's holding his own, and the rest of the gang is basically beating up a bunch of dudes. Cool. Let's just hop right into the chapter. Alright, so we start off, and we basically have the aftermath of Kakucho doing his basically hell run and throwing everybody all over the place. So, Akun is basically checking on Chifuyu. He's like, hey, you good? And we cut to Takemichi and Kakucho going back and forth or whatever. And basically, we just have the captains basically pointing out, like, dang, Takemichi is really a strong dude. I guess he's the only one who could take out Kakucho. And that's kind of crazy, because I was thinking about it. I was like, in one of the videos talking about, like, who Takemichi might fight initially, and I was like, oh, like, he's gonna probably beat up Shihoin because he's, like, strong but kind of weak. Like, he's a jobber, you know. He jobs to stronger people to show that they're strong. So I was like, oh, Takemichi's gonna knock him out one punch and that's gonna be cool. Instead, Takemichi just goes going straight for that jugular and knocking out Kakucho in one punch. Now Kakucho's a goon and he's standing on his stuff, so he's coming back for the hands, but dang. And basically, seeing Takemichi find Kakucho, everybody's like inspired or whatever, everybody starts fighting or whatever. Akun's like, yeah, I'm gonna hop in this too. And basically, as Akun's like getting hyped, he's like ready to, like, you know, knock some people out or whatever. We cut to the rest of I believe it's like the Miso 5. The rest of the little group. I don't really know their names. They're not that important. I just remember what they look like. They're cool. Anyway, basically, speaking of Shiowen's basically beating up the weaker members of the Miso 5, and he's like, oh, you know, you guys are fodder characters. You're fodder. Does he not process this? But anyway, Akun is basically like, you know what? You're not gonna step on my boys. And so him and Chifuyu are about to run at Shiowen, but Mucho, not Mucho. I forgot his name. Guy with the ponytail. I know I learned it in one of the older videos, but I forgot it already. Point is, he stops Chifuyu, and he's basically like, you can't go fight Shiowen. We got beef. We gotta scrap. And Chifuyu's like, you're right. Let's get it poppin'. And Akun's walking up on Shiowen, alright? He's a previous Black Dragon's leader. Now, mind you, Shiowen's trash, but he's still a previous Black Dragon's leader. I mean, that's still pedigree. The pedigree is pedigree. I mean, it is what it is. But Akun's not afraid. He's like, you know what? I'm pulling up on you. And so we get these two matchups. This chapter is just full of lineups of, like, where are going to be the matches for the coming chapters. So we got guy with the ponytail, who I can't remember the name of, versus Chifuyu. Shiowen versus Akun. We got Mitsuya running through a whole bunch of dudes. The Kanto Manji gang members are basically like, shoot, Mitsuya's strong as hell. And basically Mitsuya, as he's like throwing dudes all over the place, is looking for Hakai. And as he's looking, he's like, look at this boy Mikey. He over here sitting on one of the canisters, just vibing, spectating like he's not literally the captain of the other gang. And so Mitsuya's like, you know what? I'm going to pull up on him. I'm bringing his ass down here. And obviously, can't have that happening while there are other leaders of the Kanto Manji gang still hanging out. So, Ran and, I think it's Rindo. There we go. Rindo and Ran basically stop Mitsuya, and they're basically like, well, you can't go just hop on the boss. You gotta fight us first. And so Mitsuya's like, aren't y'all known for, like, fighting dirty? Like, y'all just gonna walk in front of me and fight me? I mean, you know, I mean, I'm not against it, but, you know, it's not on brand for you guys. And so we cut away from that, and we got Senju knocking a whole bunch of people out. Everybody's afraid of Senju. We got another scene of Pa and Pei knocking a whole bunch of people out. Basically, Kanto Omanji gang members, just regular ones, are basically losing their minds at the idea that there's just a lot of heavy hitters in the Tokyo Manji gang. I mean, it's Toman. Toman's legendary. You know, they should know better. And so, cutting away from those people, got Nupi running around again, just beating a whole bunch of people up as he goes, and he spots Kokonoi, and he's like, Coco! And that's about it. We just cut from there. So I assume Anupi and Coco are gonna have some type of interaction. I don't know if they're gonna fight. Coco doesn't really come off as like a fighter. He's kind of like just vibes on the side. But who knows? Maybe they might fight, or maybe they might have like some type of like proper interaction. Who knows? But we cut back to Mitsuya versus Rindo and Ran, and basically, you know what? Rindo and Ran went back on brand. They start double teaming him and basically doing like not hit and run tactics, but kind of like just double team tactics. One person gets hit, the free person gets a hit off, and that person gets hit, the other person gets a hit off. It just goes back and forth, and basically you're just bound to lose because, you know, you're only hitting one of them at a time, while the other two can hit you both whenever you're open. It's just like you're not going to be able to get ahead. And so it seems like Mitsuya is going to be out for a loss here. I mean, you know, he's not going to lose instantly, but it seems like he's not going to really last too long. But then the boy Hakai pulls up and he knocks the eveling shit out of Rand and knocks his ass out. Bang! He's not actually knocked out, but he gets like a good hit off on him. It's a nice crack straight to the ground. And so Hakai and Mitsuya basically group up, alright, and they're like, you know, basically Hakai's just talking a little shit or whatever. He's like, oh, you know, you're getting weak, Mitsuya. You used to be the boy. Shouldn't you be able to knock these people out on your own? And basically, it seems like the team up, as I predicted, is going to be Mitsuya and Hakai versus Ran and Rindo. And that is the end of the chapter. Great chapter, in my opinion. A lot of action. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I mean, there's not too much to discuss coming out of this. It's pretty much just a continuation of the last chapter, with us now having official ideas of like who's going to be fighting who, where are going to be the matchups, and so on and so forth. I'm not sure if we're going to cut straight to Kakucho versus Takamichi right now. I think we might leave that alone for now, because for example, Senju doesn't have an exact fight, Pa and Pei don't really have an exact fight, and Anupi, I guess he kind of has something to do, but those three don't really have something specific that they're fighting. I mean, they could just be on fodder control, because it is 500 to 50, so people being on fodder control is going to be a necessity. So there we go. I mean, there's not, like I said, there's not really much to discuss. There's nothing here that's like there's nothing here that's unclear or to be very heavily elaborated on outside of just describing fights. But I mean, is there a point to that? The fights are just gonna happen as they happen. So yeah, short video, but short but sweet. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you didn't like the video, leave a dislike. Comment if you want to. I will respond to your comments. Interaction on the video are nice. Subscribe if you're feeling generous. And the doc is out. Peace.